So let's begin this conversation and talk about stuff that we left off from the last time.
Yes.
It ended in a slightly darker place. I think the conversation became darker.
Yeah.
About 3 years ago, we consciously chose to make a lot of horror podcasts.
Yeah.
And I felt like I was inviting those energies into my life after a point, which is why I actually stopped making as many horror podcasts. And I still enjoy them.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the last episode and us talking about the Illuminati and the Diya going off,
Yeah.
I truly believe that if there are people who are high frequency, and I'm not saying this in an egoistic way, but people who meditate, and we talk about things,
Yeah.
you are creating some kind of a fertile ground for these energies to attract themselves to you. So if you talk about positive things,
Of
it's
course.
positive stuff.
Absolutely.
When one watches horror movies, are they inviting things into their life?
Absolutely. And again, this going back to the first topic that you said, law of attraction. What you consume is what you're going to get more of. Whether you like what you're consuming or you're not liking it, you're going to get more of that. Do you want me to simplify that?
Yes.
You've come to my house for a meal, Ranveer, and I've given you dal, I've given you paneer, which is your favorite, and I've given you bhindi. But you don't like bhindi, okay? And you love paneer, but you're not consuming paneer, you're consuming bhindi. Okay, I'll eat it fast. What am I going to serve more to you? Bhindi. Why? Because in my head, since you're consuming that, in my head, I'm like, oh, he's enjoying it. But you are consuming it for a different reason. You're consuming it because you don't like it, you want to finish with that and jump on to having paneer or dal. That's how the universe works. The universe doesn't resonate with what you want, what you need. The universe resonates with what you're consuming. So if you're consuming fear, if you're consuming insecurity, you're consuming self-doubt, you're consuming anger, you're consuming low vibrational energies, you'll attract people who will make you feel that even more.
How do you consume all these negative things in the first place?
It just becomes a part of you, right? We get attached to these emotions. It's human to feel emotions. But we, as humans, love to victimize ourselves so much and dwell in that emotion.
Okay, gotcha. Constantly thinking about it, listening to songs that remind you of that emotion.
Absolutely.
Going back to memories consciously.
Going back to memories and also self-victimization, which is so common. You know, you don't know what I'm going through, self-explanations to people, projecting the other person as a villain, projecting yourself as a victim, which we all at some point, everybody does in some space or the other.
I think it begins by not voicing it out and not consuming it through content.
True.
That process of cleansing your mind and your spirit.
The process of cleansing also comes from accepting that it's happened to you and also accepting that at some level, either conscious, subconscious, you have chosen that. And somewhere you've not exercised your choice of free will. You know, when you're in a bad relationship, when you're in a bad job, you know this is a bad, toxic environment. But why don't we exercise our choice to get out of that situation till the time we are completely pushed out? Why? Because we don't want to take responsibility. Because if we take responsibility, we won't be the victim. So not taking a choice is also a choice.